What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Tim with Pennies and Pull Tabs, and we are here with episode 4 of my penny coin roll hunt and fill series. If you would like to start the series from the beginning, I'll leave a link of the playlist down in the description. So we have the books that we are filling: 1909 to 1940, 1941 to 1974, and 1975 to 2013. So over all three albums, we have 266 spots total, and we have filled 138 of them, and we have 128 empty, most of them in the older book. We need a lot of pre-40, so hopefully we'll get some in this box. This box I got from my local bank, the same bank that I got my first two boxes from. And the last episode, I didn't get a box from them because they were low on pennies. And this one, as you can see, is taped. It's kind of like my first box. And I know that these are customer wrapped rolls because that's how I got these, because they had somebody turn some in. So hopefully this will be a good box, and we'll cut it open and see what it looks like on the inside. So evidently they get quite a few customer wrapped rolls, and they usually just send them back and turn them in, is what the tellers told me. So, yep, 100% customer wrapped rolls. So this is going to be a customer wrap roll hunt. Alright, so we're just going to start on this end. I'll bring you back when we find something good. Alright, so this has been a strange box. We are back on roll number 18, and we did find our first wheat cent on roll number 18. First of all, though, let me explain. Out of the 6 rolls of these, we found 3 2016. And those are the newest ones we found out of the Moolah rolls. And then out of the other 12 of these NF String & Sons, we have found 2 2017s, and those have been the newest ones we found out of those kind of rolls. And 2009s we didn't start finding until we opened about 3 of those kind of rolls. And we've only found 1 1959 so far. So this has been a really kind of weird box of hand wraps. And I noticed on this next roll we have a third kind of rolls. And those are about to fall out. Actually, the end of that one says 2022. So these are going to be completely different dates. I'll kind of keep track of those and let y'all know what I find in those also, kind of break them up. Anyway, back to the wheat cent. Looks like in not bad shape. It's probably going to be a more common one, I would think. Kind of got some black around the edging. See what it is. 1951 Denver. It's a little bit older than I figured. I'm just glad we finally found one. Back to this weird box, and I'll keep y'all updated on what else I find. So many rolls later, we're on roll number 36, and I brought y'all in here because this is the first foreign coin. No more Wheaties since the last one. And I was looking at this last one too, and it looks like it might have been clean, so maybe that's the reason it was in there. It's really polished looking. So anyway, we found our first foreign coin. 20 cents, 1995. Oh, from Mexico. So our first foreign coin of the find. This box has still seemed to be really weird. I've only found 2 1982 pennies in this entire box. And one of them was covered up, and I had to knock off a little bit of this dirt or whatever that's on here to see even what it was. But only 2 in the entire box. And then we have these rolls. One of these rolls I found, this stack right here, 2020 to 2022. And that's the only ones I found. And then the rest of these rolls so far, the newest coin I found is a 2018, and I only found one of those. I'm going to continue on, and I'll bring you back when I find something else. Alright, so we are on roll number 46, and we finally found our second wheat cent. And it's going to be a 1946 Denver. A little bit banged up around the edges. 1946 Denver, only our second one for this entire box. That's crazy. We might have to do a second box. I'll bring you back if we find anything else. Okay, so we're on roll number 50, the last roll of the box, and we have our third wheat cent, believe it or not. It's like this box tried to take off at the very end, but it just wasn't enough. And it's going to be a 1948 Denver. Kind of beat up looking, but it's our third one. I don't see any other ones that look like there's going to be, so we'll either come back with a wrap-up or something else. Okay, that was it for this box. So we're going to do a quick wrap-up of this box, and then we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so we ended up with 3 pounds, 5 ounces of copper out of that box. Alright, so these rolls, we had The newest cent we found in there was 2017. These rolls, the moolah rolls, the newest one we found in there was 2016, which is kind of strange. And then these rolls, these flat rolls, two of those we found this stack of 2020 through 2022s, and the rest of them, the newest coin we found in those was a 2018. We also found 3 1982s in the flat rolls and 2 1982s in the moolah rolls, and that was all the 1982s we found. As far as Wheaties, we have the 1946D, the 1948D, and the 1951D. And like I said before, this one looks like it's been cleaned. It's really polished. And then we had the 20-cent Mexico coin. It's pretty cool. And then a good handful of 2009s. And we also found 4 1959s, which is about average, and 1 1971S. And it was the only S we found. Alright, so that's pretty much it for everything for box 1. We did find this though, and I thought this was pretty interesting. This is a 1963 Denver. And on the back, I thought it was a die chip at first, but thinking now it's a lamination pill. Let me show you a little bit of a close-up real quick, and we'll look at this one, then we'll move on. Alright, so here's the close-up of the 1963 Denver that I believe has a lamination pill error. And this is a spot I noticed first without any kind of magnification. And there's some spots all the way around this thing. There's something going on, a little bit cracks all the way up and down. All the way through this part, a little bit down here on the bottom, and all the way up here on the top. A little bit up there on above of also. And this is a copper coin, so it's not any kind of zinc rock because there's no zinc in this coin. I'll do some more research, and at some point I'll let y'all know more about that. Let's get this crazy weird box out of the way. And on to box 2, sorta. It's actually a bag. I got a bag from a different bank. This is a brand new bank I've never been to. So, and they didn't have any boxes. What they did have was bundles of 10, and I got 5 bundles, which equals a box. I didn't look at these yet. The teller did show them to me and show me that they were all there. But other than that, I have not looked at them. Let's get them out and see what we have. Alright, so we got them all out. I did check them for enders, and we do have one right there. And this is actually the first wheat sit ender we've had this entire series. So hopefully that's a good sign. Don't really want to jinx it. We'll unwrap some of these. Start with this one. Alright, so we got the rubber band off the first bundle. We'll get to that wheat sit ender in a minute, but we're just going to start over here and work our way across. I'll bring you back when we find something. Alright, so we're on the 5th roll. We haven't got to that wheat cent yet, but we did find our first wheat cent out of the open rolls. And I just flattened this one out, and we can see a little bit of wheat sticking out right there. So let's see what this one is. Looks like maybe an older one. 1948 Denver. Alright, I'll bring you back when we find something else. Alright, so we're back on roll number 9, which is the wheat cent ender that we had already seen, and we're finally to this roll. And one side note, these are the first 2023 Lincoln cents that I've found in circulation, and I found 3 of them so far. Alright, let's open this up and see what this is. Alright, so we got it all flattened out. Let's see what we have. It is a 1951 Denver. Like I said, this is the first ender that we've had in the entire series, and this is the 5th box and episode number 4. Alright, we'll add it to the count. I'll bring you back if we find something else. Alright, so we're on roll number 10, the last roll of this first bundle, and we have our first foreign coin. You see it right there. I believe it's going to be a Canadian. And we have Elizabeth II, our first Canadian of the hunt, and our first foreign coin of these rolls. We'll pop open that next bundle, and I'll bring you back if we find something else. So we're on roll number 12 of this box, or box equivalent, and we have our 3rd wheat cent for this one and our 6th wheat cent for the hunt. Let's see what it is. 1946 Philadelphia. We might actually need this one. I'll have to check the book, but I'll bring you back when we find something else. Okay, so we're on roll number 32, and it's been a little bit since we found a wheat cent. We have found our fourth one of this lot of pennies, and it is going to be 1946 Denver. It's got a little something going on the edge right there. I don't know if that's damaged. Oh, it looks like it's a little damaged. Hopefully this bundle that I just opened will be a little better. The last bundle was a little slow, but I got to thinking these bundles probably didn't all come from the same box, so that could possibly be the reason. Hopefully it picks up. I'll bring you back when we find something else. Alright, so we're back on roll number 39, and we have found another wheat cent. I didn't even notice it till I got right up on it, because it was so newer looking. It's not a bad looking wheat cent. Let's see what year it is. We have a 1955 Denver. That's pretty cool. While I have you here, also found this a couple rolls back. I think it might be a strike through. It looks kind of like the ones that have the laser eyes, but this is not obviously on the eyes. But I'll have to do some more research on this one and see if I can figure out what it is. Alright, I'll bring y'all back when I find something else. Alright, so we are done with the second batch of pennies. Another $25 bag worth of pennies. And we have 2 pounds, 4 ounces of copper. Didn't find a whole lot of wheat cents in that one. It was better than the first one though. We have a 1948 Denver, a 1951 Denver, a 1946 Philadelphia, another 1946 Denver, and then this 1955 Denver, which is a pretty nice looking coin. In the first box we still had the 46 Denver, 48 Denver, and this 51 Denver that looks kind of cleaned. We've also found a good handful of 2009s, and we did find this 2009, this version of the Philadelphia, which I know we need for the album. We also found this 1982 small date in copper, which I also know we need for the album. And then we found 3 1959s in that second batch to go along with the other 4, which makes 7. And we found, that was the 71S from the first batch, and we found a handful of S's from the second box, which also includes a 1968S, which I'm pretty sure we need. And in that second batch we found a stack of 2023s, which is the first time for me finding 2023s in circulation. I thought that was pretty cool. We also have a few little stacks of other coins sitting over on the other side. That first box had a lot of really good looking coins in it, so I set some of the better looking ones aside, and a few from the second box too. Then we also found the 1 Canadian in the second box. It was a 2005, and we found the 20 cents coin from Mexico. It's a 1995 in the first box. Then this one was pretty cool. What I think might be a lamination error, which we looked at earlier. And then also this one, it looks like a struck through. I'll probably go over these a little more in another video. I do like to do a video about what I find the interesting stuff and errors and varieties and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that one. It'll be coming out soon. Then I also found another one of these. It's a 1996 Denver. It looks kind of like it's got some doubling, but this is one of those split plating doubling. I did a video on one of these I found that was a 1993 that had it pretty much over the entire coin. It doesn't really make it valuable. It's just kind of cool to look at. It's pretty much where the copper plating is really thin and it kind of pulls away from the edges. I'll leave a link to that video explaining it more if y'all want to know more about that. Alright, so that'll do it for what we found in both the boxes, and let me get to the albums and we'll be right back. Alright, so as you probably already guessed, the 1909 to 1940, we found no pre-40 wheat cents. So nothing for this album. Alright, so the 1941 to 1974 album, we did make some progress. We have a 1946 Denver that'll be a spot, a 1951 Denver that'll fill a spot. We are going to upgrade this 1955 Denver. That's a way better looking coin. We're also going to upgrade this 1961 Denver and this 1962 Denver. That's a very good looking coin. We're going to upgrade the 65 Philadelphia. We have 1968S we needed. We're also going to upgrade this 1969 Denver. This 1970S is a better looking coin, so we're going to upgrade it. Then this 1974 Denver, we're also going to upgrade this one. Let me get these filled in and I'll bring y'all back. Alright, so we have all the finds put into the album, and we are getting some very good looking coins in the 60s. There are still a few that could use some upgrades. This page, however, with that 1968S, we have completely filled this entire page except for the empty spot. We'll find something to put there. Alright, on to the next album. Alright, so the last album, 1975 to 2013, we have our small date Philadelphia 1982 copper, and that will fill that hole. And we have our 2009 President version Philadelphia that will fill that hole. And when we fill those two holes, that one's full. And with those two holes filled, this entire album is completely full. We do have a couple more though. I'm going to replace this 1981 because that's a better looking coin. I'm going to replace this 1977 because it's a little bit better looking coin. But overall, we have some pretty nice looking coins in here. There are a few that could use a little bit of an upgrade, but I'm not going to pop them in and out every time I find one slightly, but I'm going to wait till I find something really good to put in there. Let me get these popped in here and we'll take a look at the entire thing again. Alright, so that is this album filled, and we are completely done with 1975 to 2013. Most of them are pretty good looking. If I find some upgrades for some of these other brown ones, I might do that. I went ahead and stuck a memorial cent reverse in there just so the whole entire thing would be full. And that is everything. I am going to do a little bit more research on like these errors and stuff. And like I said, I have a separate series that I show off some of these coins in and the things I found out about them. But until then, thank you for watching. If you liked, please leave a thumbs up and we will see you next time. Thanks.